So the first thing you need to remember is how common it is for children to lie. And actually, it's a normal stage of development for children to work through. They're going to experiment with lying. And then if, as the caregiver, you address lying in the most appropriate way, they will stop lying. With our children from hard places, it's a little bit different. So there's a need behind that behavior besides just experimentation. So it usually falls into one of two categories. The first is when they might come home from school and tell you a really tall tale about something that happened. So maybe there was a tiger on the playground and they got chased by it, and you know it's a tall tale. So what they're doing in that moment is they're reaching out and trying to establish some form of connection with you. And so the need behind the behavior is connection. So you're going to do two things. The first one you're going to do is you're going to make sure the child knows that you know that they are telling you a story. And the second thing you're going to do is make sure you follow up with some form of connection. So I would say, man, that is the most creative story about that tiger. You are so imaginative. I love that story and I love hearing your stories. And then you might sit down and read a book together or spend some time together. The second case would be that they're coming to you and telling you a lie because they're trying to avoid getting into trouble. Maybe they made a choice that they know they shouldn't have made and they're feeling bad. So most parents think, oh, they're just trying to avoid a consequence, which might be so, but really what they're doing is when they have made a choice, they're very fearful and afraid of feeling shame. And so when they get corrected, they feel shame. And so the need behind the behavior is to protect themselves. What we're going to do in those instances, it's kind of the same thing. We're going to make sure the child knows that we know that it's not truthful, but we are never, ever, ever going to ask them a direct question, because if we ask them a direct question about something they're trying to cover up, they will lie, and inadvertently we're setting them up to lie. So what we're going to do instead is say, you know what, Johnny, I know that you ate that cookie, and that's not okay. So we're going to do a redo real quick, and what I need from you is for you to ask me with good words if you can have a cookie. And then we move on, and there's not a big power and control battle. It's really important that we don't set them up to lie. And I know that we're talking about young kids, but you're going to use the same approach with any age. It's going to be the exact same with our teens.